This show is part of OnePlace, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to today's Roundup. We have a packed show covering the biggest headlines in entertainment, from legal updates to viral mysteries and major career milestones. Let's get right into the details.
Britney Spears faces official criminal charges for her DUI.
Taylor Swift's website countdown leaves fans in total confusion.
Britney Spears is spotted out after finishing her rehab.
New details emerge regarding Britney's upcoming court plea deal.
Emily Blunt and Stanley Tucci receive Walk of Fame stars.
Olivia Wilde's viral video sparks intense debate over camera physics.
Angela Scanlon leads the race for a major hosting role.
A judge blasts Taylor Frankie Paul during a custody hearing.
Starting with Britney's case.
Britney Spears is officially facing criminal charges following her arrest in Ventura County back in March. Prosecutors have filed one count of misdemeanor DUI against the 44-year-old pop star. This development comes nearly 2 months after the initial incident, where she was taken into custody by the California Highway Patrol. According to the documents obtained, the arrest happened around 9:30 at night after several 911 calls were made regarding her driving. While she is currently in a rehabilitation facility, her arraignment is scheduled for Monday morning at the Ventura County Superior Court. It is important to note that because this is a misdemeanor charge, Britney isn't actually required to be there in person. Her attorney can handle the appearance on her behalf. This marks a significant legal step as the court system begins to process the events from that night in Thousand Oaks.
The legal strategy here seems to be moving toward a specific resolution known as a wet reckless plea. This is essentially a deal where a defendant pleads guilty to reckless driving involving alcohol or drugs rather than a full DUI. It is typically offered to those with no prior history of driving under the influence and low blood alcohol levels, especially when no injuries or crashes occurred. Prosecutors also look for self-motivation to address underlying issues, which Britney has shown by entering rehab. Her representatives previously called the incident inexcusable, but expressed hope that this would be the first step in a long overdue change for her life. Her family and loved ones are reportedly rallying around her during this time, and her sons are expected to spend time with her as she navigates these legal and personal challenges. It is a complex situation for the singer as she balances recovery with these formal charges.
Now to Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift fans were sent into a frenzy this week when a mysterious countdown clock appeared on her official website, only to vanish just 10 minutes later. The clock was counting down to Saturday, May 2nd, at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. During the brief window it was visible, Swifties scrambled to capture screenshots and analyze every detail. The background of the clock featured a blue sky with white puffy clouds, which many fans immediately compared to the iconic wallpaper in Andy's bedroom from the Toy Story movies. This led to intense speculation that Taylor might be involved in the soundtrack for the upcoming Toy Story 5, which is slated for release later this year. Given her history of leaving Easter eggs for her fans, the sudden appearance and disappearance of the clock felt like a calculated move to spark conversation, and it certainly succeeded in shutting down productivity across the internet for a while.
The theories didn't stop at movie soundtracks, though. Some fans are convinced this could be the start of a new album cycle, even though she just released The Life of a Showgirl in October 2025. On social media, the reaction was a mix of panic and excitement, with users claiming they are not ready for whatever she is about to drop. Some believe it might just be a new merchandise line, while others are holding out hope for a major award-winning contribution to a film. The fact that the clock disappeared so quickly has only added to the mystery, leaving everyone wondering if it was a technical glitch or a very brief teaser meant to test the waters. Whether it is a song, a voice acting role, or a new project entirely, Taylor has once again proven that she can command the world's attention with just a few minutes of website updates. Back to Britney's recovery.
In a positive turn of events, Britney Spears has officially checked out of rehab and was recently spotted back in Los Angeles. She was seen being driven around Westlake Village and Calabasas in a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, notably sitting in the passenger seat rather than behind the wheel. This sighting is her first since she entered the facility earlier this month to focus on substance abuse issues following her March arrest. Sources close to the singer report that she returned home on Wednesday night and is currently feeling happy, healthy, and sober. It is a relief for fans to see her out and about, especially since she seems to be taking her recovery seriously by letting someone else handle the driving. Her decision to enter rehab was reportedly motivated by a desire to address her issues head-on and potentially receive a more favorable outcome in her pending legal case, which seems to be working out.
The timing of her release coincides with the formal charges being filed, but the outlook for her legal battle looks relatively manageable. By completing her time in rehab, She has positioned herself well for the wet, reckless plea deal we mentioned earlier. This arrangement will likely see her placed on probation for 12 months and require her to complete a mandatory DUI class along with paying various fines. Most importantly, it looks like she will avoid any jail time, which is a major win for her legal team. Her ex-husband, Sam Asghari, has even spoken out in support of her decision to seek help, showing a united front from those in her inner circle. While she still has to navigate the formal arraignment and the requirements of her probation, the focus remains on her maintaining the progress she made during her stay in treatment and staying on a healthy path moving forward.
More on the charges.
The specifics of Britney's arrest on March 4th provide more context as to why these charges were brought forward now. Police reports indicate she was spotted swerving her black BMW in and out of lanes and speeding late that evening. When she was pulled over, officers noted signs of impairment, which led to a series of field sobriety tests and her subsequent custody. There was also mention of unknown pills being found on her at the time. Her manager and longtime friend, Cade Hudson, was quick to address the situation publicly, calling it an unfortunate and inexcusable incident. He emphasized that Britney was committed to taking the right steps to comply with the law, and that this could serve as a necessary turning point for her. This transparency from her team suggests they were prepared for the legal fallout and were already working on a plan to get her the help she needed.
It has also been revealed that Britney's sons, Sean Preston and Jaden James, played a significant role in her decision to finally enter rehab on April 12th. Sources say she realized she had hit rock bottom and wanted to make a change for the sake of her family. The fact that she voluntarily checked herself in is a key factor in why prosecutors are willing to offer the wet, reckless deal. This type of resolution is common when a defendant shows self-motivation to address their issues through a drug and alcohol treatment program. As she prepares for her arraignment on May 4th, the focus is on the future and the steps she needs to take to fulfill her legal obligations. By pleading to the lesser charge, she can put the criminal aspect of this incident behind her, while continuing to work on the personal growth that her representatives and family have been advocating for.
Next, Hollywood honors.
It was a family affair on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this Thursday, as Emily Blunt and Stanley Tucci were both honored with stars in a rare double ceremony. The two actors, who famously starred together in The Devil Wears Prada, are actually siblings-in-law in real life. Stanley is married to Emily's sister, Felicity Blunt. The event was filled with A-list support, including Emily's husband John Krasinski, and a host of other stars like Dwayne Johnson, Robert Downey Jr., and Matt Damon. Meryl Streep, their iconic co-star, was also there to give a touching and humorous speech. She joked about feeling like she birthed Emily's career, and praised Stanley for being a globally beloved figure. The ceremony celebrated their long careers, with Stanley's big break dating back to 1996's Big Night and Emily's rise to fame following her breakout role alongside Meryl and Stanley in 2006. It was a heartfelt celebration of their professional achievements and their close-knit family bond.
The photos from the day really captured the joy of the occasion, showing Stanley and Emily posing together on their new plaques. Stanley, at 65, looked sharp in a suit while Emily wore a stunning sheer white dress. Meryl Streep's comments highlighted just how much respect these two have earned in the industry. She described Stanley as urbane, funny, and generous, noting that the affection he receives globally is something he is truly marinating in. For Emily, Meryl expressed excitement about working together again, and noted that getting a star at such a relatively young age means she will be around for many more decades of great work. These stars mark the 2,841st and 2,842nd spots on the famous walk, cementing their legacy in Hollywood history. It is rare to see such a personal connection between two honorees at the same ceremony, making it a standout moment for the Walk of Fame this year.
Now, Olivia Wilde's video.
Olivia Wilde has found herself at the center of a viral debate after an interview clip from the San Francisco International Film Festival began circulating online. The 42-year-old director was there to promote her new film, The Invite, but the conversation quickly shifted to her physical appearance in the video. Some fans expressed concern, describing her as looking gaunt or wide-eyed, with some even speculating about cosmetic procedures or the use of weight loss medications. The clip, filmed by SFGate, has already racked up over 10 million views, sparking a wave of comments comparing her current look to photos from several years ago. This kind of intense scrutiny is unfortunately common for women in Hollywood, but this particular video seemed to trigger an especially loud reaction across social media platforms. However, many experts and observers are pointing out that there is a much more logical explanation for what people are seeing in the footage, beyond lifestyle changes or medical interventions.
The real culprit behind the distorted look appears to be simple camera physics. Wide-angle lenses on modern phones, when held close to a subject's face, can significantly alter proportions. This effect makes the eyes appear larger, the forehead expand, and the jawline look narrower than it actually is. When you combine that with harsh overhead event lighting, you get deep shadows in the eye sockets and amplified skin texture that wouldn't be noticeable in person. Furthermore, the viral nature of the clip often relies on mid-expression frame grabs, which capture unflattering moments that the human eye usually ignores when someone is in motion. Many defenders of the actress have pointed out that she looks perfectly normal in other photos from the same event, taken with professional equipment. It serves as a reminder of how digital distortion and specific lighting conditions can create a false narrative about a person's health or appearance, leading to unnecessary and often unkind speculation.
Shifting to British TV.
Angela Scanlon is reportedly the frontrunner to take over as the host of Strictly Come Dancing. Following the departure of longtime presenters Claudia Winkleman and Tess Daly, the BBC has been conducting top-secret auditions to find the right replacement for their crown jewel program. Angela, who is 42, apparently blew producers away during filmed tryouts last week. She is competing against a short list of big names, including Rylan Clark, Emma Willis, and Zoe Ball. While Bradley Walsh was also considered, sources say he might have missed out this time around. The BBC is looking for a fresh start for the show after a couple of years marked by various scandals and a major shakeup among the professional dancers. The goal is to revitalize the format and bring in a new energy that can carry the show into its next era. And Angela's performance in the auditions has put her in a very strong position to lead that change.
The network is also planning a TikTok-inspired makeover for the series, taking cues from the success of the American version, Dancing with the Stars. This means future celebrities and dancers will be chosen partly based on their ability to connect with audiences on social media. As for the hosting lineup, there is a possibility the BBC might move to a 3-person team or stick with the traditional duo. Rylan Clark reportedly had great chemistry with all the female frontrunners, while a pairing of Zoe Ball and Angela Scanlon was seen as less effective. Emma Willis and Zoe Ball, however, seem to work well together. A final decision is expected soon, as rehearsals for the 2026 series are set to begin in late August. With head judge Shirley Ballas confirmed to return, the focus is now on finalizing the presenting team that will guide viewers through this modernized version of the beloved ballroom competition.
Finally, a court update.
Taylor Frankie Paul and Dakota Mortensen were back in the spotlight this week, but not for their social media content. The stars of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives appeared in court for a heated custody hearing regarding their 2-year-old son. During the proceedings, the judge reportedly put Taylor on blast, suggesting that both parents still have a significant amount of growing up to do. The hearing was filled with tension as the two battled over the future of their child's living arrangements. This public legal struggle is just the latest chapter in their often turbulent relationship, which has been documented extensively both on their show and across their various social media platforms. The judge's blunt assessment of their maturity levels highlights the serious nature of the situation and the court's concern for the well-being of the child involved. It is a stark contrast to the curated lives they often present to their millions of followers online.
The details coming out of the hearing suggest that the conflict between Taylor and Dakota is far from resolved. Custody battles are always difficult, but when they involve high-profile reality stars, the scrutiny is even more intense. Fans are divided on who should have primary custody, with many weighing in on the parenting styles and past behaviors of both individuals. The judge's comments serve as a reality check for the pair, emphasizing that their personal drama needs to take a back seat to the needs of their son. As the legal process continues, it remains to be seen how this will affect their roles on their reality show and their public images. For now, the focus is on the court's requirements for both parents to demonstrate more stability and maturity. It is a difficult situation that serves as a reminder of the real-life consequences that can follow the drama often seen in the world of reality television.
That wraps up our roundup for today. Thank you for joining us for these updates. Be sure to follow the show for your next daily briefing on the stories that matter most.